Okay, YouTubers, this morning what I'm fixing to do is an engine oil change. I'm going to show you how to do it really the right way and the right equipment and materials to use with it. What I use, okay? You're going to like this. Okay, first I gather all my stuff together. Now, as you'll notice, all my stuff is sitting on top of this mud flap. This is the mud flap that I mentioned in video 10 of my series about the best mechanics creeper. It's like a AstroTurf. See this material here? It's like an AstroTurf on the back of a mud flap. They're hard to find, but if you can find one, it's the best creeper you ever seen. Now the other stuff I got here on the back of my tailgate is the materials I'm going to be using. I got my wrench to remove my drain plug with. I got an oil filter wrench, and of course I got my some engine cleaner here, some carburetor cleaner and some brake clean. Okay, I'll show you what that's for later. Okay, next thing, you see I got some Mobil 1 motor oil. This is your extended high mileage motor oil from Mobil 1. You know, they're probably the best oil on the market for today's motor. I got me some handy wipes to wipe down my oil where my oil filter mounts, you know. Now look at these filters. Now I got this Fram filter over here. Let me make sure I'm in screen. I got this Fram filter. I wouldn't use that thing to filter garbage with. I wouldn't use it to filter my sewage with. That's such a horrible, I mean, it's been expressed on the internet many times about how bad those filters are. They're a poor quality filter, but usually when you go into an auto parts store, you say, give me a filter for my car. You know, you're not thinking about that. No, oil filters are super important. It's the most important thing next to the oil. So anyway, I hate to keep slamming a Fram, but they need to spend more on their filter and less on their racing program and advertising, because that is really a garbage filter. Don't use that thing. Okay, now I got an AC Delco, a K&N. I spent $40 on filters and oil here, and the K&N is a really terrific filter. The AC Delco is a terrific filter. But since I'm using Mobil 1 oil, you notice I got two of those here. It's because I'm going to put one of them on it. Eventually I'm going to make a video about my kind of video about oil filters, show you the difference. Just these are all great filters. I mean, these are fantastic filters, especially these Mobil 1s. AC Delco and Mobil 1, I cannot say enough good about them. And the oil is just superb. Okay, I got like I said, I got this brake clean and this carb cleaner. What this is for, this is to when I up in the area where I'm going to be removing my filter. Before I remove my filter, I'm going to clean that area off. And there's a reason why. You don't want, when you're twisting that filter off, you don't want none of the debris or the dirt to get anywhere near where you screw that oil filter on, because that's liable to end up in your motor. And just a few grains of grit will do serious damage to a motor. There is no more important thing to your motor than the oil. It's the whole life of your motor is the oil. So let me proceed, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next. I'm going to move now to getting up under the car and draining the oil. By the way, I forgot about the drain pan. Here's my engine oil drain pan. Okay, this one here has a little lip on it, so you can, like, if you want to pour it in a bottle, or where it says this little lip, if you want to pour it in a bottle or anything, here's a little lip that'll help you pour, which you'll find out from video 39, I believe, how I tried to clear up my lifter noise with transmission fluid. It's an old wives' tale using transmission fluid. It seemed to make a little bit of difference. And just yesterday, video 42, I showed you how I put engine flush in it. It's been sitting here after 3 starts. This is after I actually added engine flush. You can check it out on on video 42, where I changed I put some motor flush in, and I'm going to be draining everything out today, and we're going to continue on with our oil change. Okay, be right back. I'm fixing to take the oil filter off, and you say, oh, wait a minute, don't take the oil filter off first. Yes, that's the first thing you do. I'm using this filter wrench here. Okay, I'm going to twist it off. Okay, now a lot of people say, oh, I'll take the drain plug out. Nah, here's why you take the oil filter out first. See, this is a Wix oil filter, one of my favorite. I love this Wix filter. I think you're one of the best. Okay, because I tightened mine extra tight, I drain the thing first, because when that filter comes down, you're going to end up with oil splashed all over you. Always take the oil filter off first. Okay, now we'll take the engine drain plug off. Oil drain. Well, good that my memory serves me correctly, because it's raining like all get up. I'm out here in my yard trying to change this oil. Still draining it into a pan. Yeah, okay, we're draining the oil. You get out from under here, look like the oil's taking over. Now here, what we're doing is, this is the Mobil 1 oil filter, okay? Right here. Okay, you see the box? Here's a little tip for you. You take the box, take the filter out. That's what I'm doing now. What you do, here's the filter. You take it and you turn the flaps in on the box, okay? See, I've turned all the flaps on the box like this. You see? Okay, so they're all facing inside. Take the box, take your filter. This is your new filter. Okay, put it back in the box like that. Okay, there's a reason for that. Okay, I'm going to show you why. Let me get the oil. Okay, here's your Mobil 1 synthetic oil. Okay. Now what you're going to do in this instance is you're going to fill this filter, pre-fill it. And what you're going to do is you're going to pre-fill this oil filter. Now watch. You're going to fill it up. Being very careful not to spill any of this. Fill it up to the top. Okay. Now we'll let it sit there a second, and it'll the filter material and the voids in the filter will take up that oil. So let it sit there a second and soak it in. Fill it up. What you want to do is you want to get it to where the oil, when you finish filling it, stays near the top of the filter, okay? Or as it should. Now, take your finger, I'm wearing these gloves, take your finger, get a little bit of that oil, and rub on this rubber gasket. You want that gasket coated, okay? So I got a good coating on the gasket. Now I'm going to wait for it to finish bubbling up there. And it seems to be soaking that oil up pretty good, okay? So add a little more oil. You want to almost get it up to the top. You don't have to totally get it up to the top. What you're doing is you're priming your oil filter so that your engine doesn't have a dry start. In other words, if you don't do this, when you first start up your motor, your engine's going to have to prime this filter up and prime the rest of the system up. So this saves a few seconds of your engine not running with oil. Okay, so you see what I got? I got the engine oil up there, and I'm going to put a little more on top. But see how you almost want to keep putting it in until the oil is actually at the top of the filter. In other words, it's almost level there, and you won't have a dry start. That's just a little tip for you. Matter of fact, a lot of the facilities, now I'm not talking about Mobil 1, they do a jam up job, but a lot of the facilities, you go to these little quickie oil changes, think they're slick by not changing your oil filter. They figure they save $5 or $6 on the oil change. Well, mark your oil filter, and that way you'll know that they didn't pull a shenanigan. A lot of the facilities also, oh yeah, we put synthetic oil, and they're pumping just any old kind of oil out of a 55-gallon drum. You got to specify the oil. Some places, if you want to, you can take it to have your oil change. Say, look, I want you to change my oil, but I'll bring my own oil filter and oil. Okay, that's a smart way. Okay, but if you're changing it yourself, you do it like I'm doing it here. Here I'm letting this filter soak. I'm going to go ahead and top it off and let it sit here a little while. The reason I put it in this little box, you say, why would you put it back in the box? Well, it holds it up to fill it with. Then when you get up under the vehicle and you are muscling around, you can slide this thing up under the car, and while you're up in there doing what you got to do, this filter won't turn over because it's in this box. It stabilizes it. Okay, now we're back up under the truck. We're fixing to put the oil filter back on. You see the little mounting boss for the oil filter? You want to take a rag and you want to wipe off to make sure there's no debris on this, no dirt. You take your rag and you wipe off this whole mounting surface, making sure it's good and clean before you put the oil filter on. I'm actually going to do it twice because I got two little rags. Make sure I got it good. It looks pretty good, but anyway, you see the results. Let me see if I can focus in here. It's good and clean. So now the oil filter, which is over here, I have it in the box like I told you. Now I have got the oil filter on, and I twisted it about 3/4 after it made contact. I tightened about 3/4 a turn past hand tight, so it's on. Okay, here we are back up under the hood. Now we're using a clean funnel. I'm topping the engine off with Mobil 1 oil. It takes 5 quarts, and this is a 5-quart container. After I get done, I'll use this same container to pour the old oil in, and I can take it back to the auto parts store because they accept old motor oil. This funnel's a little slow, but I don't spill any all over the motor. That's a handy thing. Okay, now the last thing I want to do is check the engine oil level. Okay, check my dipstick. Rather expensive oil, but you got to remember it's come down in price substantially, because used to be it was quite a bit more expensive, but I guess more people are using it, so you get a little better price on it now. But that Mobil 1 oil is some good oil. Okay, now time to check the oil. Okay, okay, she's showing right at full. Okay, so the next order of business, I'm going to put the dipstick back, is to start the motor up, check my oil pressure, and check for leaks. The reason you check for leaks is, let me go ahead and shut the hood, it's raining. Okay, now I might have a little rain on the, let's look at the engine as we start it up. As you can see, I'm showing like 45 pounds of oil pressure. Okay, now the next thing to do is look up under the truck, and nothing leaking, so I guess we're done. Anyway, this has been a long rainy day here at Dino's workshop, you know, so you guys showed you how to do a good oil change. So what you do is next time you decide to do an oil change, review this video, tell you how to do it, and y'all come on back, because I'm going to head for the coffee shop right now because I'm cold, wet, and tired, you know, and I'm going to shut her down and go into the coffee shop, enjoy myself for the rest of the day. Hope you enjoyed this video, hope it was helpful. And anyway, this is Dino at Dino's Workshop. Please subscribe and share, okay? Y'all come on back.